Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Minecraft Therapy. It is episode 4. Today we're going to be reviewing Beau is Afraid. If you're new here, my name is Stevie B. Welcome along. I suggest you turn the lights down low, get yourself a snack, get comfy. We're going to chill. You're going to hang out with me. We're going to play some Minecraft Survival. I did just go collect a bunch of wood off camera before starting the episode, just for a couple minutes. Played about 20 minutes, just collecting resources because I do want to try and get the show on the road and get, oh shit, okay. All right, should I fight him? Okay, so I want to try and get the show on the road. I want to get my main goal. All right, it's been a while since I fought an Enderman. Isn't he supposed to come teleporting at me and attacking me? Anyways, other than finishing the tower that we're building and trying to get, across the way there, I was trying to build a bridge. So I'm going to be collecting mostly just going to be collecting stone here, I think, trying to complete the tower. But I want us to find a flat place of land, and I scoped out a spot I think I want to go to, but I want to build a connection over there. Maybe we'll just move over there and I'll make a tunnel to connect. That might be the best idea, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But I want to be able to build the room to put the movie house to put all of our movie review signs in and stuff, a hall. I will get into the movie shortly. I do want to read. I need to pull up we got a comment from a very nice person on the last video that I'm going to read out and shout them out. And they were speaking about Ari Aster, and that inspired me to finally get around to watching Beau is Afraid, which I had planning on doing, and I was trying to save for the show, actually, and never, seemed like a good a time as any. If someone's bringing up Ari Aster, and they didn't explicitly recommend any movies or anything, I thought best to watch, they were talking about Hereditary mainly, but best to watch something they were discussing. To kind of keep it all together in some kind of conversation, right? So let's take a look at the comment here. And I do want to, before I get into the movie, I'll give you guys my update so I can talk about myself. That's another part if you're new to the show. We do a movie review, as well as I just talk about what's going on with me to get it off my chest. We lost a subscriber in the last couple weeks. I don't know. It's like, I've talked about this before on the channel. We're always fluctuating between 97 and 98. So like, I never go past 98. I'll get a subscriber and then someone will leave or something. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look here. We got a comment from on the last episode, we got from Chairman Meow 9. He said, "Damn man, you've really gone through it lately. I'm loving hearing about your life. Hereditary is my favorite movie whenever I'm struggling with family. It's like weirdly cathartic." And I said in the comment, I saw Hereditary 2 or 3 times in theaters when it released. I love Ari Aster's work. And I had said I haven't seen Beau is Afraid yet, but I would talk about it on the show when I watch it. I said, "I'm glad you're enjoying the podcast. It's nice to get some feedback," which it is. Okay, no one ever comments, especially anything nice. Usually it's someone fighting with me about One Piece, but just because someone tried to tell me on an old video. I made a video specifically saying how skipping arcs in anything is bad. Don't skip through a manga or an anime. That's ridiculous. Just like any movie, you wouldn't watch a movie halfway through. It's intended to be viewed in a certain order, okay? But yeah, some guy tried to fight with me saying, like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, you could do whatever you want, and you could also be extremely wrong about it. But thank you, Chairman Meow 9, for commenting and inspiring me to pick my next movie, because I really never know what I'm going to watch next. So basically, we'll just watch movies as I normally do. I'll just find something and then decide, okay, I'm going to talk about this, which I did. I may talk about some more films. I watched 2 movies yesterday, actually, with my lovely wife while she was on her only day off from work this week. I think I might have mentioned it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last video, the last Minecraft Theory video. I definitely talked about it in one of my anime videos, which I have 2 anime videos recorded that I'm still waiting to upload. I just want to make sure I have. It's actually nice. I never have content banked, as they say. I never have stuff ready to go, but I have a couple of videos pre-recorded that when I feel like there's been a lapse in videos, I can throw them up. But I am going to a funeral. I believe I've mentioned this last episode. Going to my mother-in-law's funeral next Wednesday. Today is Friday, so less than a week away. But I threw out my back on, the weekend, almost 2 weeks ago. It was like right after last episode. I think it might have even been the day after I threw my back out. Literally, don't even know. I was at the grocery store and I was just walking. I went to the grocery store to get beer and I just walked in. Okay, I grabbed a case of beer. I'm guessing, I don't know, it was too heavy for me. It didn't feel heavy. I don't know what the fuck happened. I grabbed a case of beer out of the frozen section, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, out of the doors. And I turn and start walking and take like 2 steps, and I feel my lower back, like right in my ass, shift, and boom, yeah, my back has been fucked. And that was crazy. I was in so much pain, but I knew I could still walk, so I was like, okay, I just need to get out of here. It's very uncomfortable, and I'm like trying to hobble out of the grocery store. I'm like, okay, let me just get out of here and get home. And then I went home and I was like, fuck it. I had I was with my friend actually as well, because I always have friends over on the weekends for football, or if there's a big basketball game on that I want to watch. Oh, what do we find here? We're back outside? What the fuck? Okay, all right. I've never seen that before. Snow in an enclosed space. That's very strange. All right. So, yeah, so I go back home with my friend to watch football. We watched the Dolphins-Chiefs game. It was that night, about a round ago of football or whatever, the playoffs. And, yeah, I just got drunk, and it helped, obviously with the pain. And the next day I was miserable, and it's funny because the pain changed, you know what I'm saying? It evolved. So after the next day, after one full day of the suffering, basically, the pain changed, and now it's just been this, I gotta say, the last week, right? It's just been, well, actually, if I count it, it's been more than a week, I think, but it's been kind of like this pain from my left ass cheek. It's basically sciatic pain, like my left ass cheek down to my knee, to around my knee, and it hurts to lay down. It hurts to sit, basically, and it hurts to walk and everything. But the only thing that really helps it is getting up and taking a walk and kind of warming it up. And then after taking a good walk, like about a 15-minute walk, I get kind of like fluid and I can move better, and I can sit and lay down comfortably for maybe an hour or so. But so I have to take a couple walks a day just to, and it's like, it doesn't work you can't just walk around your house. Like, you have to do a full-on, the best way to make it, to ease the pain is to do a straight up, like, you have to have flat ground. So I have to go to this walking path, because if I'm not on the walking path, it just hurts. I have to have flat ground, level ground, and I have to walk kind of unimpeded straight on for like 10 minutes, and it gets better as you go. Like, it really loosens up, and I feel great. And then but then it's like, I just can't spend the whole day walking. I have to come home. So I would say it's gotten better, and I've had this pain before. I've had these issues before. Definitely not this bad. I guess I just, wasn't taking care of myself and exercising nearly enough, or doing my yoga as much as I should be. And I don't know. I'm just hoping this pain goes away before I have to travel, because I'm going to have to take like what is that, about a 4, maybe 5-hour car ride, depending on, I'm not driving down to California, but we're taking my mother-in-law's car back from California, so I'll be driving back, and I'm just hoping that, I just can't imagine sitting in a car with a bunch of, like, it's going to be a bunch of people in one car. And I told my wife as well, I was like, I know you want me there, but honestly, if things don't get better with my back, it's just like, I can't do that, just that car ride alone, just to sit there. But I guess they have someone, she was saying how it would be okay that if I didn't go, that someone could drive the car back, from her family and all that, because we need to bring this car home so that we have a vehicle, because we're still without a vehicle since we lost our car, which I explained in an earlier video. But yeah, I don't know. I feel awful. You can't miss your mother-in-law's funeral, right? I'd be a terrible husband. But it's also like just that 4 hours of agonizing. Oh, hello. do you need you might need a iron pickaxe for that. Maybe I should use the iron. But yeah, so I'm kind of fucked here. I feel like our nice commenter Chairman Meow said, you've been really going through. Yeah, dude, I get the luck of the Irish. I think that the luck of the Irish is because I'm extremely Irish, by the way. I think it is the opposite, actually. I think that if you have the luck of the Irish, it's really just your fucking life's just gonna keep coming at you. And you know what? Is what it is, right? It's gonna keep coming at you. So we just deal with it. We just keep going. I got a bucket here. I need to make a farm because we don't have food and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, so what else do I want to, there's other stuff I want to talk about before the movie, right? Other than that, I don't know, that might just be it. I don't know. So, yeah, so I think the next Minecraft therapy will be after the funeral trip. I'm going to try and upload the next anime video, I think, as well, before I leave for the trip, maybe the day before I leave for the trip, because I do want to make sure there's stuff coming out more consistently. You can expect there to be more uploads, like I've said before, infrequent of what series they will be. You'll probably get more Minecraft therapies and anime videos most of the time, but I'm thinking about doing some one-off anime reviews as I finish shows, even if it's during the season that I'm watching, just to have more stuff up. But it's going to be pretty informal, just a couple minutes, not super in-depth, because I'm not going to I can sit and write. It might be best, maybe I'll do it when I feel like it, sitting down and actually doing it, but I could totally, I've done it before. In high school, I used to do movie reviews for the school paper and stuff. And I can sit there and write like an essay that is a little bit more compelling to listen to, but I kind of like just bullshitting and just saying how I feel about movies and things like that. Same thing with like the anime. I probably, I would like to make some straight up anime reviews but it's just going to be like, I guess low effort, right? I also think, and it's not that I don't know, it's not that I don't want to do high effort stuff, but when you think about like someone like Moist Critical or whatever, it's like, I think the key to happiness with YouTube at this point, what I've learned over at least how I operate with it, unless I'm really passionate about a certain thing at a certain time, and I've done like high effort stuff like my iDubbbz video and stuff like that, and for sure I'm not saying I'd never make things like that again, and they have merit obviously, but honestly I think the way to happiness with this for me is using it like a diary, like I've been doing with the Minecraft therapy videos. Okay, I don't know what I'm wasting this wood, aren't I? I'm gonna actually, just for the sake of symmetry, we'll just make this all wood. But yeah, so I think it's best for me when I do my videos that I do them as low effort as possible, for now at least, just because it sparks joy. I'm just expressing myself in the purest form. I'm not putting on any airs and faking anything. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good. So how did I want to do this? Did I mess this up? I wanted to do 3 staircases, right? Which I remember when I started it, it made sense kind of in my head, right? Will it really work though? Because let's see. If we have it like that, I'm gonna have to remove this. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. Is that that's a staircase as well? Was I gonna do 4 staircases? I'm not doing 4 staircases. That's ridiculous. Yeah, like that. So if you do 3s, 1, 2, you would have to 3 from here and go up this way. So these would all have to go. I can do this, right? I would never make them this thick. I don't know why I chose to do it like this. You'd have to do like this. So we'll keep, hold on, figuring it out as we go. I'm worried because I'm thinking about doing some stuff off camera, just because like, I don't know, we could wind up making this tower for like 20 episodes or some shit. I don't want it to be the case. So if you come up here, I mean, do we need a platform this? I mean, it's nice looking. I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely dismantle the staircase as I go, because I've changed how we're doing it because I'm an idiot, and then watch it not even turn out, doable. I do want to like thick it out as well, which maybe that's stupid. Make it thick. Yeah, it's probably stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, and if I want to do the staircase things like that, and I want it to be symmetrical, it's going to have to be like that. And this will probably be closed off at some point, so it's probably fine. We'll just take it as it comes. I should probably fill it in then, I guess. We'll see. Let's just do it. We'll just do it live. We'll do it live! All right, I think that's, I mean, other than, what else for life stuff before we move on to the movie review? Football, which I like to talk about sports here and there. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's so funny because if you like sports, you like sports. But then for some reason, people who don't like sports, they act like hearing anything about sports is the end of the world. Like they're so it's like they're offended by it. It's like, fuck you. Shut up, you know? Like, we let you talk about whatever the hell you like, okay? My Little Pony ass motherfucking, okay. So, I'm just going to say the Eagles, I'm an Eagles fan. The Eagles, I don't know what happened with them. They just completely fell apart, and that was pretty difficult to watch that game. I turned it off after, I'll turn off almost any game if there's a team that's like 3 touchdowns ahead, because it's over at that point. There's really no reason to have hope or to continue wasting your time. So I turned it off, and that was pretty sad. That was Jason Kelce, the good Kelce brothers, final game. Sad for that to be his final game, right? Kind of sucks. It is what it is, though, right? So, yeah, okay, I'm gonna start. Just the note to remember that. That's where the next steps start. But yeah, whatever. I'm not I'm not one of the sports fans that will cry and freak out and stuff, or at least maybe not for the Eagles as much, because I'm a bigger fan of basketball. So maybe if the Celtics fucking choke again this year, then I'll be really upset about that. But the Celtics are crushing. They're making records. They are still undefeated at home this season. They have the record for the franchise of how, the most undefeated at home consecutive whatever to start the season. Like, they've broken a record or whatever. I think this is going to come out okay. I think this is working the way I intended. I think we'll put some, when I get glass and stuff, we can put glass windows, around the staircase as it goes up. That might be cool. I could even I could have left this hollow and put little rooms and things. Not that that's really necessary, but I've come up with some ideas as well for the show I'd like to implement, which I'm going to be putting Chairman Meow's name somewhere on a sign or something. And eventually, once we have kind of base of operations more set up, and I have the things I want, we'll do some kind of monuments and things like that for, like, I want to start doing like top comments on videos. So if we get enough people watching and people commenting and recommending things or something like that, and maybe I'll put some kind of question of the week we'll put up or something like that, something where there's incentive to comment, and then we'll put like the top commentators, kind of somewhere, put their name somewhere. I think that's a fun way to have like a community around this show. I think that'd be really cool and fun, and we can do something like, we can keep track of like, okay, did this guy, let's say Chairman Meow, let's say if he's the only guy that comments for however long, I'll just like give him some kind of accolades. We'll just put like a bunch of numbers under your name, buddy, saying how you've did I mess this up? I just messed it up. I have to go one more block up. Okay. Well, yeah, you'll get like, we'll put some kind of numbers underneath you, like how many times you've won. You could be like the MVP or some shit. Who knows? But yeah, anyways, I'm definitely enjoying myself with this show, though. I'm glad I came up with this idea. I'm having a lot of fun. So we can get on to Ari Aster in general. Let's talk about Ari Aster in general, because Chairman Meow, thank you very much for bringing up Ari Aster in that comment and talking about Ari Aster. I think, I always get worried that like you know, cinema is dead, movies are over, because I like the idea of the director, you know? I like the idea of, okay, there's this director who's got a clear voice, and let's say Tarantino, whatever, Scorsese, they make movies and they're undeniably them, you can tell it's them, and they have this huge catalog, not huge, but, you know, at least they have their filmography that you can go and watch, and, you know, you get the vibe, and if the one's coming out, you can get, I like getting excited about it, like they're a musician or something, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a new album, you know what I'm saying? So Ari Aster's definitely, you know, popped up seemingly out of nowhere with just hit after hit. And Beau is Afraid was very divisive. I believe it, I could be speaking out of turn, but I believe that it did not make its money back. I believe it was a flop technically, because it's not accessible to audiences and things like that. It's not easy to get into. It's definitely his most out there movie, obviously. It's a pet project of some sort. I didn't look into it, but I'm aware that he has, his first thing on his like filmography is called Beau, something short film he made back in the day or something. And it's clear that Beau is Afraid was, you know, an idea he had planned already, and perhaps it's even based off himself. Who knows? I don't know much about the man, but this film is clearly about someone who, you know, if you've seen the movie, has an abusive mother, which I can connect with. I will say, this movie had something I can really like latch onto and dig my teeth into, and there was, you know, I saw some you know, different theories about this movie and what it is really about and things like that, because it is interpretive. I don't think it's too far interpretive. I don't think it's so hard to understand, but if you don't, I think it's kind of like if you don't watch interpretive, surreal, artistic film like this, that it could be a jump for you if it's your first time. And there's nothing wrong with it. I know that a lot of people love this movie. I know that it definitely got a lot of people's attention, and there's a lot of people who are obsessed with it, and that's great. But I saw some theories saying that's about drug use and things like that. I don't necessarily see, but I think it's really just more focused on, I think it's obviously just about the mother relationship there. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I don't know which way I want to take this. Should I just dig down? Maybe I should just dig down. Let's do it. Let's do it over here. I need to make a. I want to. Yeah, I just want to go get like a. Maybe we'll go start a base over there and get that started. I do want to finish this. I do want to finish this tower finally. We're on episode 4. It feels like we're only on episode 4, but I feel like maybe it's just because of how many months apart I've been making the show so far to start. To get these episodes out, that it feels like we've done so much more than we really have. But I feel like I've put a lot of time into this world already, but it's really only 4 hours, right? So it's not that bad. And it can be hard to keep your head straight when you're trying to talk about stuff and play at the same time. Nice, we found some shit. So yeah, this movie, I mean, spoiler talk, right? I mean, I'm not gonna go, I don't even need to really talk about specifics too much. I definitely recommend this film to start. I would say it's worth watching at least once. Now I will say, I enjoy the film, but I'm not the biggest fan. It's definitely not my favorite movie of his. It's honestly my least favorite. Just because of the, you know, I watched YMS's, I had seen it in the past, his review of it, but I rewatched his review just to see what he thought of it, not to let that inform my opinions or change my opinions, because often I have differing opinions from him for the most part, but he is a reviewer that I respect because he understands film, right? So I do think this is a very not tight film, sorry, it's succinct, not succinct. I'm having a hard time thinking of my words. It is okay, so it's very long, right? It's 3 hours, right? I watched the first half when I was drunk. I fell asleep during the stage play section, and finished it in the next day after I woke up. And yeah, and I mean, it's not even something I think watching it broken up like that didn't really change the experience. I don't think it really messed it up for me or anything like that. I don't think I lost anything by having this, you know, interruption of it, because it is ridiculously long. It's kind of messy, and but it definitely feels like a love child. It feels like this guy's trying to say something personal. it's a labor of love in the way of it's personal, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it is a good movie, but it's missing something. It goes on a little too long. YMX did say, which I do agree, it's kind of unsatisfying. It took me some time to think about the movie in the way of, by the time it was over, I wasn't satisfied, I wasn't happy, and I was thinking, I don't know if I really like this movie. And I will say it's challenging in the way of, it's not satisfying. In the way of that, another film I just watched yesterday, I'll get into, I'll talk about as well, which actually was produced by Ari Aster. I just so happened to watch Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage, and that movie is, if you took Beau is Afraid almost, took something kind of like Beau is Afraid, made it a little bit more grounded in reality, actually, believe it or not. But it had an unsatisfying ending. But that movie was like a 6 out of 10. I gave Dream Scenario a 6 out of 10 with Nick Cage. I think I don't really know if you are a big fan of Nick Cage, watch it, right? If you want something different, a little different, you can watch it. But it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't get too crazy. It's really kind of bland. But it's something I would never watch again. I didn't put it on my Modern Classics list as well. But Beau is Afraid I did put on my Modern Classics list. Beau is Afraid is definitely, I think you should watch at least once. It's not something that I think I would rewatch. I'm okay with it, with never watching it again. And not in the way of that it's bad. I just got what I got from it, and I don't need to view it again. But if you're a big fan of it, this is a movie you can sit and pick apart in theorycraft. And same thing with Dream Scenario, try to go for the same thing. It's a movie where you can sit and you can say, okay, this is clearly surreal, and not Dream Scenario isn't as interpretive, but there's some people saying that yes, in the same way that Beau is Afraid, you can sit there and you can ponder what really happened, what really didn't happen, what did he imagine, or what's trying to be told to you in a way that is not so forthcoming. It all sounds very, everything I'm saying sounds very abstract, and that's kind of what the point is, right? But like I said, there's nothing more for me to delve into it, and I will say, surprisingly, with my mother, and I watched this movie drunk, and for the most part of it, right, the first half, and I like to watch movies drunk, because I get more into them, I get more emotional, I get more heady, you know what I'm saying, I get more in my head about it, and I find it to be a better viewing experience, especially if it's a drama, if it's a character piece, if it's something like that, it's something that's so focused on an abusive mother relationship should have really gripped me, I think, coming from my own life, because that's my biggest problem, I would say, is my mother, right? My childhood trauma and things like that. I've talked about my mother a little bit in the last episode. I've talked about my mom a bit. Especially with just how recently I've been having issues with my mother again, and finally cutting her off, really. I remember watching it and thinking this should be, maybe that's me, maybe it's because I really have moved on, but I was like, maybe this should be hitting me more, and it wasn't. I don't know, but I still think it's a good story, and for the most part. But I've been waiting to say the number. I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I decided because I know that most people who watch it are going to enjoy it. Well, maybe not most people, but basically, if you're looking for something different, if you're tired of, seeing the same shit, at least Beau is Afraid is going to deliver something unique that you haven't seen before, something you haven't seen yet. It's going to be a wild ride. This is a good movie to watch alone and be introspective. This is a good movie to watch with friends, drunk and laughing at all the crazy shit happening. And the movie is funny, and it has a clear sense of humor, and it is attempting to be funny. It is attempting to make you laugh. It's pretty much a comedy. I mean, it's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? It's not inappropriate to laugh at these things. These outlandish things that are happening are meant to make you laugh and go, what the fuck? And he's kind of, and that way it's kind of like this punk-esque, I'm gonna gross you out and make you look at this weird shit that I appreciate about this film. And kind of Ari Aster's has this style of like this kind of matter-of-fact framing of something will just happen that's absurd in his movies, and it catches you off guard, and that's what humor really is. It's the unexpected, like, oh, I didn't expect this, but it's so matter-of-fact that it knocks you off your feet and makes you kind of laugh at the situation at the same time as going, what the fuck is happening, right? That's when someone says an offensive joke. It's almost the same thing. So I mean, there's a lot. It's funny because out of most of the movies that we've watched so far, we've only watched a couple movies and nothing crazy, right? We just watched Arthur, Night at the Museum, and Annie Hall. I feel like I have the most I can say about this film. Joaquin Phoenix. You know, Joaquin Phoenix does not miss. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen a film yet that I don't think he crushes. I think he's great. Speaking of Napoleon, I saw Napoleon as well. I think I gave that an 8 out of 10. Can't remember. I believe I put on the Modern Classics collection. I had to check. I'll have to double check. But Napoleon, he crushed that, you know, and that movie was kind of messy, you know, maybe not as well put together as other things, but, you know, just if it wasn't Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think it would have been nearly as good either. I think he really holds it together. Joaquin Phoenix is a generational talent. He's amazing. So yeah, I would recommend, if you're a fan of film, go watch this. If you are very entry-level to film, you could watch this still as an experience. If you are not a fan of film, if you are the guy that just wants to, you know, see the blockbusters, don't go watch this movie. You'll be weirded out, and, you know, if you're not open-minded like that, and that's fine. You know, some people aren't into art, and you have to be okay with that. But yes, a 7.5 out of 10, which usually when I give the number, we put the sign up. So let's go put the sign up before I forget. How much time do we have on today's episode? We still have about maybe half an hour, it looks like. Maybe we should pull up a Reddit story. What else can I say about the film as well? We can get a little risque here. I don't remember the girl's name. I'd have to look up the girl's name. The actress, she's always been very good. I don't remember her name, but the actress who plays, I want to say Elaine is the character's name. I could be misremembering. I was never attracted to her, but I don't know if it's a body double. It probably is a body double. But damn, she looked good in this movie during that sex scene, didn't she? She was probably a body double. But yeah, that was weird as well. But that was the whole point. He's got this massive ball sack. I don't know if you've seen this movie. Beau's Afraid. He's got a massive ball sack at some point in the movie. You see his balls. It's insane. It's crazy. All right, how did I do this again? I always have problems with this. Okay, we'll put episode 4 and then we'll space. And we'll put Beau. How did they spell his name? I always get it wrong, right? It's like this. Beau is... Okay, not that. Afraid. Boom, it fits. We're going to do, the signs are going to get a little tricky when stuff doesn't fit, right? Stuff's not always going to fit. Maybe there should be, when I move, here's what we'll do, right? As I've talked before, I'm going to make some kind of monument, some kind of building in our base when I really build a town that all the signs will go in, right? For all the movies we review in every episode. When we do, I will go through and we'll put a star or something, whether or not it makes it onto the classic list. The modern classics, or Annie Hall in that case, would be the classics. There's classics, which are, if you don't remember, if you check out my letterbox, which my letterbox is in the description of every single video, if you just want to follow me on letterbox or be friends on there or anything, or look at my lists that I put together, the classics list is any movie from 1999 and downwards, back in time, that I think is a movie that is worth its salt. I didn't put out of 10. I don't feel like rewriting it right now. We'll leave it like that. We know what it means, right? So classics list will be 1999 and back in time and so forth. Movies that I think are worth their salt. They're good movies. They're worth watching at least once for the most part, and should be respected. And then modern classics collections, same thing, but 2000s and onward. So in this new era of film. And I will say I don't see as many classic movies as I do modern movies. But I do watch some classics, obviously. It's just that there is so much movies coming out all the time, and yeah. All right, let's get out here and... Do I have that meat on me? Yeah. Let's do some more of the tower. Alrighty. I should pull up a Reddit story here in a second, and we'll find something to talk about. As well as I will say, before I do that, if you have a recommendation for a film, something you'd like to see me talk about, anything like that, or something you'd like to have a conversation about, please leave a comment like Chairman Meow did. Now, he did not explicitly recommend a movie, unless he meant Hereditary, he did not say, but I have seen Hereditary plenty of times, which I can give my thoughts on Hereditary as well. I can do that shortly. But if there's a movie you want me to watch, I will watch anything. Even if it's something I've seen before, I'll most likely just rewatch it for you, just so we can get a definitive, we can get an episode off of it and put the sign down for it. I really like putting those signs. It feels like good progress for my crazy little brain. All right, I'm going to pause the recording here and find a Reddit story. All right, so as usual, I don't really read through these first. I just grab them and we run with them to see what kind of crazy stuff we can find. And if it's unsatisfying, we'll find a different one. Let's get the staircase going. So here, this one's a Christmas one. This one was posted exactly 17 days ago. It is the 19th, so it's a little bit after the new year. It says, "Am I the asshole?" We're on Am I the Asshole right now. Usually I use True off my chest, but we'll do Am I the Asshole right now. Am I the asshole for ruining Christmas and being upset that the only gifts I got from my family were joke gifts? It has a little thing underneath it saying not the a-hole, so I think that means like people voted or something and said they aren't. Some background. My family likes to play pranks with Christmas and birthday gifts. It's nothing new. I, female 21, as well as my 5 siblings from 29 to 37, have all been pranked on our birthdays and on Christmas, and usually it's 1 or 2 gifts. This Christmas, though, I was the only person to get all joke gifts. For example, I unwrapped a MacBook for my brother, but when I opened it, it was just some chocolate, which I don't eat, so I gave it away. And the MacBook was actually given to my sister inside a bag she wanted. Another gift was what I thought was a book I put on my Christmas list, was actually just the book cover I put on a book cover put on a dictionary. When I asked my mom about the book, she told me she gave it to my sister-in-law. Now, before we continue to the next paragraph, let's unpack that a little bit, and I will do some stairs. First of all, she's 21. She's 21. I will say, I mean, listen, I never had a good family growing up, nor as an adult. So I don't know about having a Christmas list with adults. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I think there's nothing wrong with celebrating Christmas in that way or anything like that. It's just that, well, we stopped getting gifts. Like, I mean, I haven't gotten a Christmas gift from my family since... At least from my immediate family, not from like my wife or even my brother-in-law always gives me gifts, honestly, which I tell him not to because I don't get him anything. That's not true. I bought him Pokemon once. But still, like, I don't know. That's me, though. That's me personally. I'm like 21 and, you know, you're asking for a MacBook and a book. Like, I don't know. A book is reasonable. You're like, yeah, you can give me this $20 book I want to read. It's Lord of the Rings. I want to read, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. But it does seem kind of weird to be like, you know, upset. We'll continue the next paragraph after I hit the bed here. But that does seem strange to me. Let's see. This went on with each present my siblings or parents had given me. AirPods was just a charger block, adapter, gift cards were used and had 0 balance. That's fucked up. A card with Monopoly money, and so on, totaling to about 12 joke gifts. I realized I went out of my way to get everyone something they wanted or they'd like. Didn't get anything. Okay, sorry, she messed up typing here, messed up my brain. I realized I went out of my way to get everyone something they wanted or they'd like, didn't get anything. At this point, yeah, she messed up there. She should say I didn't get anything. At this point, I was bummed, so I went to the living room to watch TV with my boyfriend. At dinner, they were all talking about how much they loved their gifts, and when my dad asked why I hadn't said anything about mine, I said there wasn't much to say. Everyone but my boyfriend laughed. And my mom said it was no big deal as everyone else got some joke gifts. I told her every gift I got was a joke gift, and the ones they got were also followed by the real one. My dad told me I needed to relax as I'm making a big deal about it, and I have next Christmas to get the stuff on my list. Now, I will say that's your family thing, right? Okay. But it is strange. I will say it is strange that, you know, we don't know this person, right? They're the youngest, right? Youngest sibling. So maybe they still live at home. Who knows? They're 21. I mean, odds are in this climate, in this day and age, most Americans, right? I left home at when did I leave home? 22, something like that. So yeah, like, I don't know, dude. It is iffy, but I will say, this is how I always am too. I'm not quick to take a side. But I will say, it is strange that everyone got something they wanted, and, you know, she was relegated to just the jokes. It is strange. It is a diss a bit there. Maybe, you know, she's their least favorite. Maybe they don't love her. Okay, this happens. You know what I'm saying? It does happen. Maybe they don't love her. Who knows? I was trying to think of how to build this. I think it's best to just kind of let the tops happen where they happen. Oh, I have to get rid of these as I go as well. I'm missing these. I don't want to use my iron pick on it, but okay. Yeah, basically that. It is strange, I will say, that's the case. That they kind of only fucked her over. Let's continue. Let's read the next one. Not wanting to go back and forth, I told my boyfriend I wanted to leave and we can spend the rest of Christmas break with his family, then go home. My family got mad and told me not to go. I had to just stay because it wasn't serious. I left and put my phone on Do Not Disturb during the drive, and by the time we got to the boyfriend's parents' house, I had several missed calls and texts from them calling me names like ungrateful, sensitive, and childish. They said I ruined Christmas and made my parents upset because I left. The next day, I exchanged and opened gifts with my boyfriend and his family, and one of the gifts I had gotten was the book I wanted, the book my mom pretended to gift me. I posted it on my Instagram story, and not even 0 minutes after posting it, my sister sent a screenshot of my story to the family group chat, and they basically got mad at me for leaving and telling me I ruined Christmas over some presents. They told me I owe everyone, especially my parents, an apology because my mom spent New Year's sad because of my actions. Now I just want an outside party to tell me if I'm the asshole here. Am I in the wrong for being upset about the gifts and for leaving? After reading their messages and sitting on this for a few days, I'm now feeling like maybe I was upset over nothing and need to apologize to them. All right. Gonna edit as there have been some misunderstandings. My Christmas list didn't include expensive gifts, nor was I upset I didn't receive expensive gifts. I was merely upset because I was being pranked with everything I got and being the only person who didn't get a real present, that is all. Another thing I'll address is I didn't do anything to my family which would warrant them doing this. The last big argument I had was with my sister, which was over a year and a half ago. Thank you for the replies, and I will try my best to reply comments while I'm at work. Editing once more, I add participating jokes and editing once more to add I participated in joke gifts when I was a kid. Haven't participated in the last 10 plus years because I didn't enjoy it or find it funny, which they do know. I will reply with more info if needed when I'm on break or have time to reply. I'm familiar with the term scapegoat, but truthfully don't fully understand, so I will research that as well. Okay, whatever. So basically, listen, everyone learns this. Maybe not everyone, but most people will learn this at their own pace. Not everyone's family, not everyone, but okay. Here's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get my head straight. So I kind of want to. Well, shit. Yeah. See, now that we're getting to this point, I don't know how I want to make the ceilings happen because now I need to figure out. Okay, so 3 apart, right? Yeah. From here, okay. 1, 2, 3. So stairs have to be there. So this is a cover, right? Am I right? Okay. Okay, so now some people never have a problem with their family, and they have a family that is functional and they all love each other, and I mean by problem I mean like a genuine real, everyone fights, right? But I mean like a genuinely real problem. Like for instance, I consider my immediate family like I have my mother and my sisters from my immediate family. My father's passed away, and I have a stepdad, right? But I would consider those people nothing I want anything to do with. And that's a very rare thing, and it's very sad, you know? I'm not sitting here looking for sympathy, but it's sad to have a family situation like that. And this happens, though, and you spend, you know, until you learn for yourself, and it makes sense it would happen around the age she's at, until you learn for yourself, until you really figure it out that, you know, okay, so you always try to make things right with your family, because it's your family. You're like, okay, I'm supposed to love them, it's my family. And people will tell you that, like, oh, it's your family, you have to go above and beyond for your family, and you always have to fix things and stuff like that. And it takes a long time that, if you have to keep doing that, you know, some people don't realize, but, you know, you have to learn at some point that maybe your family just isn't right for you. You have to go make your own family. You know, you have to go have your own kids, get your own wife or husband, whatever it is, and make your own family, or even just have friends that you get along so well with. It's like family. I do think that most people have to at some point kind of make their own happiness that way, and there's nothing you can really do. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and here, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And yeah, there's really nothing you can do at that point. I'm not saying that it sounds like this is that kind of situation wholly, that she needs to cut her family off and be done with them. But if there's a fundamental difference, and you just said that, like, apparently it's been a thing in your family that you don't participate in these joke gifts things, and they're all treating you like a bad guy. They're saying you're a terrible person, and that you ruined Christmas because you were not happy about this situation. You didn't want to participate in this, and you don't find it fun, whatever. Like, no, maybe it's just not for you. It's just not who you are. And you could be the black sheep that it just doesn't fit for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they are trying to kind of gaslight you there. I mean, again, we don't know for sure. Maybe she's a big bitch, you know, and she really is mean and she's the problem. But, you know, who knows? But for the most part, probably not. And, yeah, it's just like people need to learn at their own pace that they deserve better than their family, and it's really not their fault for things like this. And you need to, you know, it took me years and years and years to really figure out what I wanted and things like that, and how I felt about stuff. So you just got to be able to really get introspective, and you don't have to do a big grand thing like, I'm done with you and I'm never speaking to you again. I want no. You just get distant, and I don't mean like you don't have to be noticeably distant. Just, it's kind of a weird thing. You have to turn off your brain to them, and it depends, right? It's unless they like kick your puppy and try to murder you, you're probably not gonna completely want them out of your life. I'm not saying you need to completely cut them out of your life, but you're probably better off just trying not to care as much, and like, you know, okay, I'll see you on holidays, or even if that is too much and it kind of ruins holidays, maybe you just see them every once in a while for like lunch or something and catch up, and you be friendly and nice and stuff, but you don't go out of your way to put yourself in situations where you're gonna have to be around them as much. And maybe it really isn't that serious, like I said, but this could be where that rift starts to form, that crack where you really start to see like, okay, well, I really don't want anything to do with these people anymore. That's very, I think I gotta say, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think what the odds are. I think families are, just by the nature of the world right now, I think that families are less and less common anyways. Not that I'm saying that's how it should be. I do think that, I'm just saying, like, the nuclear family has been destroyed. There is no community, there's no tradition anymore, unless you're like, I don't know, as long as you're not on the coast. I feel like, I'm trying to think, I don't know, definitely on the West Coast. I'm stuck on the West Coast, so I'm using that as my reference to the world, which is not right. I'm sure there's plenty of places in America where there's actual fucking families that care about each other. I'm just getting crazy over here. But yeah, anyways, like, I'm trying to think what percentage of families are just completely fucked and don't even speak to each other anymore, or in that situation at least. You know what I'm saying? Or at least what percentage of people are like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with my family? Because I feel like I mean, like, again, I don't know, it could be just over here. I do feel like the majority of people I talk to or meet have some kind of familial trauma, and they don't want anything to do with their families. You know, it seems kind of common. It's really sad. It's a slippery slope, and I do think it's a shame. But that could be it, that could not be it. I don't think she's necessarily the asshole, though. I will agree. I think that it seems like they're kind of just being dicks to you. And but at the same time, again, if you don't fit in, then you're not going to fit in with them. You're not going to meld with them well. It's not going to work. How much time? We have a couple, like maybe less than 15 minutes left. Should we read another one really quick and see if I can get a little bit more of this shit done? Let's read another one. We're going to stop for a second and find another story. All right, this one looks juicy. Let's start reading it just in case we run out of time. Am I the asshole for calling the cops on my new neighbor that wouldn't stop knocking on my door for 3 days? My new renting neighbors, have been using my address for many things. Credit cards, shoes via FedEx, and lots more junk. I returned everything until the shoes arrived, and I figured out it was them because our address is only off by 1 digit. I showed the shoes to a lady at the front door. She agreed that the name was hers. I informed her about the past mail and asked if a guy named Kevin lives there. She said yes. I said tell him to update the credit card company with the right address. That day, Kevin came by saying that his driver's license would be coming to my address. We told him no, he needs to change his address. He said I don't know how and left. Please note that if there is a warrant out for his arrest, the police will be busting my door down instead of his as long as the DPS thinks he lives here. Monday, less than a month later, the license shows up. I returned it via mail. He shows up knocking the same day. We didn't answer. Tuesday, he knocked 3 times for like 10 minutes each time. I decided to call the police because this man must be dumb if he doesn't understand no and can't read between the lines. When someone doesn't answer, they don't want to be bothered. I didn't want to provoke any rage from this man that I don't know. The police showed up and told me to lock up. Don't respond to him, and if he comes again, call them back. I didn't have a no trespassing sign, so they couldn't do anything on day 1. Wednesday, he knocked when I got home, grabbing my baby from daycare. I stepped out to see my guest's car, and a woman saw me who was in a car, started up in their driveway. She left the car running and ran in the house. I ran into mine also. Guess what? Kevin came knocking again while my guests were here. He returned knocking after they left too. It was then that I called the police again. The policeman warned him not to return to my property and that I didn't have to give him anything. They gave me a police report number and said now that it is on record that he was told by us not to come, just call us back and he will be arrested for trespassing. We couldn't do anything yesterday because you didn't have a no trespassing sign. Okay, so I didn't know that that was a thing, that you need a no trespassing sign to like, that's smart though, I guess. I never thought about that. I guess it's like the same thing as like beware of dog. Is that a legal sign, is like a legal binding thing as well, that like if your dog attacks someone on your property, if you have the sign? That's smart actually. So now I know this. If I'm a homeowner, I'm going to, when I ever move to a home, I live in an apartment now, but I mean, we obviously plan on getting a home at some point, everyone does. So yeah, that's just, keep that in the back of your mind. That's smart. I like that. I did not know that at all. But anyways, am I the asshole? No, absolutely not. This one's pretty cut and dry. It's an interesting story, but that one's pretty cut and dry, yeah. You can say like, so listen, you could say like, okay, well, why get this guy possibly arrested or fuck up his life for this or whatever? But at the same time, really, dude, I don't know. Like, if you were being a dick and I told you to stay off my property and don't, like, he's making your life a problem. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking up your life. So should I make this, okay, we made it to the top here. Should I make this taller, or is this a good, I think this is a good height, right? I can't see over this. I think this is probably an okay height. Maybe, okay, so I was thinking about making the base up here. It's totally doable. Should I do it? It's just that the snow is gonna be a pain. I have to like, we'll do this. Okay, this is gonna, I've decided this will be the base. I was gonna go, I'll continue am I the assholes? I was gonna go over there on the flatlands. We'll still, because I said I wanted to build a bridge and build a tower over there. We'll still do that kind of stuff. And maybe I wanna go to that mountain is, something about that mountain is calling me, and all these mountain ranges. We'll do some of that stuff as well. And actually, if we're paying attention, that mountain there is one of those mountains, same as that, where it's just straight up cobble, or stone, I mean. So we could walk around there, other than the snow being in the way. We could probably find some minerals like pretty easily. But yeah, no, I'm excited because we're finally going to start branching out in this world. But yeah, let's just finish this up. I think this is a good height here, and next episode I'll start clearing this off and trying to level this. We'll get rid of all the trees. We'll try to make a flat ground, and I'll set up, should I set it up on wood? Like a big wood platform, or a big stone platform? Maybe wood. but let's finish this. But yes, you could say like, okay, well, there's some people that would say like, well, don't send the guy to jail. It's not worth it. Don't ruin his life. No, fuck that, dude. Like, if you're, you know, she has kids. Also, this is a woman, so I'm assuming there's a husband, right? I don't remember if they said. But still, this is a woman, like, and I'm not trying to be sexist here, but yeah, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Call the cops, get the cops involved. You know, if he's going to be a problem and doing shady shit and is going to be, you know, whoever this, like, I mean, and doesn't know how to change, I mean, granted, yeah, I don't remember. There's a way to change your address, though. Like, obviously, just go to, like, the federal web, like, some kind of federal website or something. You can figure it out. I don't know. You can Google it. I mean, just Google it, right? I mean, it's fucking 2023. You tell me there's got to be some way to, right? And then what, it was some older woman, right? It was her, like, probably burnout, wastoid son or some shit who's, like, but they said it's a grown man, right? So, yeah, probably. All right, should I keep, oh, yeah, should I keep the staircase going, or should I just cut it off here? Okay, here's the problem, actually. It's covering up the stairs to a point where we have ground to walk on up here, and it's not in the way of stuff. Okay. Anyways, okay, we're running tight on time. All right, we're running tight on time here, and I gotta take a dump, I ain't gonna lie. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me on this episode. I feel like we were really productive. I feel like we've got a plan going forward. I think I'm gonna try, I did say I was gonna try, or that I wouldn't probably record again until after the funeral. We'll see. I kind of want to get more work done, or, you know, I just want to play more, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I'll play again next week. We'll see. I leave Wednesday, so it's less than a week. We'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm glad we got our Beau is Afraid. Oh, actually, you know what? We forgot to put, hold on. I have an idea I forgot. Hold on, guys. My bad. Hold on. Let me get my phone. Before we go, we're going to put above Beau is Afraid right here. Thank you. Chairman Meow 9. Our first, I'm calling you our first fan. Someone who commented something nice, recommended kind of what we should do. Thank you so much for commenting, Chairman Meow. It means a lot to me. This music is perfect for this moment as well. Yeah, check out Beau is Afraid, definitely, if you guys are into films. And Chairman Meow, if you haven't watched it yet, obviously you should check it out. You're an Ari Aster fan. Anyways, I'm glad we got to do some Reddit stories. We got some progress in the world. We got a movie review done, right? And my back, actually, funnily enough, isn't hurting as bad as when I sat down to play. So that's nice. That's a nice feeling. We're walking away from this one pretty positive. It feels good. Hopefully, I can carry that positivity into this funeral weekend I'm going into. I'm going to be in California for about a week or something crazy like that. It's like, yeah, 24th to the 31st. It's going to be quite a bit there. And I hate California, no offense. But if you have any suggestions, please, if there's a movie you want me to watch, let me know. If you want to say anything in the comment section, mean or nice, I don't even care. Just say something. It means a lot to me. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I really want to get to 100. We've been stuck between 97 and 98, fluctuating there for over a year now. I'm going to keep saying it till we get past it, and we'll do something. I don't know. We'll do something special. As well as, if there is a Reddit story you want to link to me, specifically want me to read and talk about or give my thoughts on, or if you have something you want advice on, or you want me to give my take, or I will, you know, if you want my advice, anything, I think I can help. I think, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, thank you guys. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot to old Stevie B here. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you sticking around and listening to an opinion that's different than your own, you freak. You spent an hour with me and you don't even like me. That means a lot to me. That means more than if you did like me. If you hated this video, you're probably a fan of iDubbbz. Your mother doesn't love you. You enjoy playing Tetris. And you can go get bent.